How to Train Your Dragon 2. Oh boy, we're finally at this one. I love the How to Train Your Dragon movies, but this is the one that I just adore. This is my favorite of the trilogy, at least from memory. Maybe with this rewatch, 3 might be coming. I highly doubt it. I remember having a lot of issues with 3, but this one's really good. And what's great about this movie, first of all, animation, phenomenal. Just God, I watched this movie and it just so holds up. So wish I had seen all these movies in IMAX. The 4K Blu-ray just enhances this movie and makes it so that much better. It is so well crafted and put together. Just wow. This movie is just great from beginning to end. First of all, the score by John Powell. I thought that it was great in the first one, but this is honestly the better of the movie scores. Wow, just enhances so many scenes. Great. And this movie is really well put together. This is one of the most adult animated movies. It has a very dark story about family, about those kind of relationships. There's so many adult conversations. This is a movie that very much, even though a family could technically watch this movie, it does not feel like a family movie where, yeah, a family could watch this movie, but the conversation's so adult and real when Vaca and Stoic are reuniting. It's so beautiful and so well put together. That's what makes his death so hard later in the movie. But it's just so well put together and just so real that you, and the animation too. The expressions in these moments are just so wonderful and well crafted and put together. It's just great. And then um you got that, and I just think that's great. I do have problems with this movie, but the story to this movie is amazing. I think the pacing is a little bit weird, where the movie, I do agree with Shay Frillis's video where I think that in some ways they should have opened with Valka's um, being carried off at the beginning of the movie being the opening of the movie, not it being randomly in the middle of the movie. I think that would have been a stronger opening movie, really set the tone for this movie. I think Hiccup trying to reason with this person that literally everybody's telling him you can't reason with, and also knowing that he's murdered a bunch of people, and like Hiccup's still trying to reason with someone who's murdered a bunch of people. I understand that the character's confident because the last movie he changed everyone's mind. He's the big peacekeeper, right? But that's an idea that doesn't seem very well explored in the script where like yeah he's overly confident about it, but that's something I'm inferring, so it's not really something flat out said or stated. There's a line that's hinted towards that where Hiccup says, I'm not the peacekeeper I thought I was, but at the end of the day I don't really understand why Hiccup's trying to do all this. You know, he killed without reason. I think it's a beautiful narrative plot point that Toothless actually kills his father. It's very interesting. Everything that Hiccup loses in this franchise, his leg, his father, Toothless at the end of the trilogy, is all because of Toothless in a lot of ways, which is really beautifully and done and well put together storytelling. That is just something you would never see from any other American animated franchise. It is just wow. I don't enjoy the side characters in this movie. I find them very irritating. Um, Son of Eret or whatever, that dude. I didn't think his character was that strong in this franchise after this movie, but he was a fun addition into this movie. And just yeah, I just thought it was a really solid movie. I think the villain is pretty tense and creepy in several scenes, but I think his whole thing of screaming at dragons is a little silly, and they maybe could have done something a little bit better. But yeah, I thought that was a fun, well put together movie, and it's just wonderfully put together. Just everything about this movie is awesome. It's one of the best animated movies of all time, and just I think one of the best movies of all time. It's just it's definitely one of the best sequels ever made. If you're gonna make a list of top 5 best sequels, this Shrek 2 and Kung Fu Panda 2 better be on that list. sorry, your list is wrong if it's not on that list.